Hello, everybody. Happy almost 6 week anniversary for keto. I am so sorry that I have not been keeping you all up to date as I should have been. I kind of got a little discouraged when I had my 2 week, weight loss stall. So I apologize for that. I was kind of down in the dumps because I was like, you know what? I don't know what else I can do differently. I'm following the rules. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And I just don't know what's happening. So last week I decided, or maybe a week and a half ago now, I was like, you know what? I'm doing the best that I can. I like this keto thing. It works well with my lifestyle. I get it. It makes sense. I can follow it easily. I've lost weight with it before, so I know it's working. And my weight wasn't going back up. So I was like, I'm maintaining where I am. So I was like, you know what, let's just not weigh ourselves this week. Let's just not weigh ourselves. Let's see what happens, see if anything changes, and we can adjust from there. So I stayed steadfast last week and, ate, monitored my calories, monitored my carbs, doing everything that I need to do. And I weighed myself on Friday, and to my amazement, I had lost 3 more pounds. So I was like, whoa, look at there. It's like I had been trying to lose weight for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden my body kicked in and took over, and I had lost weight, 3 pounds. So it brought me finally down to the low 180s. And then yesterday, so when I'm off from work, I typically do really well with intermittent fasting. I'm typically really disciplined. I don't get hungry, and it really works well for me. But when I go to work, it's like all bets are off, to be completely honest. Like nothing is simple anymore. I'm always hungry, blah, blah, blah. So I was really good the last 4 days, because the last 4 days I didn't have to go into the office. So let's see. So this morning, the new official weight, sorry, I'm tongue twisted this morning. My new official weight is 182.0, which is excellent. And I started off at 191.4 or 0.6, something in that ball range. So now I'm at 182, so I've lost 9 pounds, and I'm 7 pounds from my goal weight. My goal weight, first goal weight is like 175-ish. I chose my goal weight because I know some people are probably going to have a question of like, how did you just choose a weight? So I previously had lost about 160 pounds, got down as low as to 163 was the lowest that I ever got. And my body, once I stopped working out and stopped trying to lose weight, my body kind of bounced back up to 172 to 175, and I stayed there for a solid year. I felt good. I was still wearing my size 6 pants, because that's the end goal. I really want to get back to a 6, and I'm solidly in an 8 right now, but I would prefer to be a 6. So for my first goal, I want to do 175, because that's the last place that I remember being comfortable, and I'm going to get there, see what happens, and then we can take it from there. So that's why I say my first goal is that. My second goals may very well be 170, 165, 160. So we'll just see kind of how this plays out. My other thing is, because I had lost so much weight previously, it's like I know how this kind of goes, and I know that I'm going to get to a point where I enjoy the process of losing weight. I like the challenge with myself. I enjoy the whole mission of it. I personally enjoy it. So for me, I would continue to lose weight, but there is a point that I get to where I'm like, I need to stop. That's what happened at 163. Because everybody was like, people have been saying that I looked sick at like 168, but once I got to 163, people were like, you need to stop. So I finally took heed. I was like, okay, maybe I am getting a little small. I had to have skin removal surgery. So I was thinking, we don't know how much more we're going to lose. We don't know what we're going to look like after that. Let's wait, see what happens with that first, and then we can start losing weight again. And through the recovery process of that and all, I ended up gaining about 20 pounds. Because I went from 163 to 191. Really 185 is where I kind of had stopped. And then the other 5 pounds, I think, was water weight. So I'm just, really long story short, I'm just trying to get back on track. I'm just trying to get back to home base where I feel comfortable. Though I will say in that same sentiment that currently currently right now, and I was at 185 the last 2 weeks, I was actually comfortable with that. I was like, you know what, I like my weight right now. If I could stay this weight forever, I would be happy, because it felt a lot better than 191. And you know, I was like, you know, maybe we won't lose any more weight. So I was trying to concede, and you know, I was happy with 185. So I think my new max weight that I'm willing to let myself get to is 185, and anything below that is fair game. So that's what I think that I've discovered. So I guess, sorry, this has been a long video talking about myself and not so much keto. So for keto, you know, what started me losing weight again, I honestly don't really know. I think it was just diligence. You know, I reevaluated my macros and lowered them by about 100 calories a day. So instead of doing 1,600, I went to 1,450. And then my protein, fat, and carbs, my carbs are always pretty low. I don't go over 25 a day. Some people say that's hard. For me, it's super simple. It's not a challenge for me not to go over 25. I have been hitting about 17. It seems to be my average daily hit is 17 carbs. For meal preps, so in an ideal world, what happens is I just have to make it through the first 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I'm heading to work now. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is the only days I just have to make it through. And then the rest of the 4 days, I'm normally good. The rest of the 4 days, I can, you know, manage what I'm eating, monitor my weight. So I've learned that whatever weight I'm going to lose is more than likely going to come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's my 4 days where I can manage my diet. When I go to work, there's a lot of temptations. There's, you know, people have really unhealthy food. They're sitting there eating the foods I would love to be eating, like Dairy Queen and Chick-fil-A and Philly cheesesteaks and pizza and to-go orders, like all the stuff that I would love to just taste. But I say, you know what, I have a bigger goal in mind. I want my body to look a certain way. I've worked entirely too hard to give it up for a blizzard. So that's a challenge, and also because I sit down all day, I'm not able to get up and move as much as I do when I'm on my off days. So just a combination of all of those things just make it a little bit more difficult to lose weight, I think. But I'm really going to try hard this week to do well. So I'm going to tell you about some new products that I have, and just so that you all are aware, no company has paid me or sponsoring me. These are just my honest opinions of what I think I like, what works for me. So right now, I bought the Brain Brew MCT oil. So it comes in little packs. You can get it. It's like this big. I wish I had some on me. You can look on my Instagram, Meal Preps and Motivation, and see some pictures of all my new products. But that has been a huge lifesaver for me. So I was using MCT oil and coconut oil together to try to just boost the fat and get some of those benefits. But then I dropped just the pure MCT oil that I had, switched it with Brain Brew, and instead of using 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, I'm using 1 tablespoon of coconut oil just because I like the consistency that it makes the coffee. It could all be psychological, but I feel like it makes it different. So I do those two, and then the butter and the Swerve, and I add a little cinnamon on top, just for a little bit of sweetness, a little more sweetness. So that's about 400 calories for when I do drink it. So I don't start drinking until at least noon. So I have it in the car with me. It's obviously not noon, but I have it in the car with me so that at noon I'll start, just because I always try to make sure I get a solid 12 hours of intermittent fasting every night. It just holds me accountable. So 12 hours at a minimum, and anything else past that is a plus. I also made the jump and got a ketone blood meter, also on my Instagram. So there might be a lot of things that I discuss on here, and if you want to see the products that I actually purchased, go to the Instagram. It's an open profile, so you can just look through and see what I've been purchasing that have helped me. So I got the ketone reader, showed that I was in ketosis. I still haven't found like a right time to measure it. I'm still looking for a good answer. I've tried morning, first thing in the morning, and my ketones are always low. Midday, that was the first time I did, and they were high. And I'm going to try it in the evening tonight when I get home, just to see, which one for the trend has the average, because I'm doing the best that I can with eating, and I'm losing weight, so I know that I'm in ketosis. It's just when you wake up and it says you're at 0.2 and 0.6 or 0.5 and above is ideal, you're like, whoa, what's happening? So yes, that's that. Let's see what else. I also got some of the sugar-free Tortoni coffee flavors. I got caramel, salted caramel, and vanilla. No, caramel, hazelnut, and vanilla is what came in the pack. But they actually taste pretty good in my coffees. I tried cooking with them and it wasn't that good, but in the coffee tastes really good. Let's see what else. Oh, I tried some new ice cream. I have it. It's called Enlightened. It has 7 net carbs per container, 7 to 8 net carbs per container. So I got movie theater experience, which is popcorn flavored ice cream with caramel and some chocolate in there. I haven't tasted that one yet, and I hear it tastes like Cracker Jacks. And then the other one I got was chocolate chip cookie dough and brownie, because that just sounded like a perfect combination. I just got those yesterday from Publix, so I haven't tested either one of those. I was busy doing meal prep yesterday. So yesterday for meal prep, because I'm going out of town this week, I just needed a real solid 3 days worth of food. So I'm doing, I did lasagna bowls, which is basically just lasagna without the noodles. So it ended up being bruschetta lasagna, because I bought the wrong sauce. The sauce I got is bruschetta, and it is 1 net carb, so that was a win. But it's not like pizza sauce or marinara sauce or anything, but it tastes delicious with the meat. So I seasoned the meat with a little Worcestershire sauce, basil, oregano, salt, pepper, the Himalayan salt, just some no carb, low carb things, and then I put the tomatoes from the bruschetta in there, mix it in, saved about half the jar, and then in the little containers, also on Instagram, I put the bruschetta at the bottom, some cheese, the meat, then ricotta, mozzarella, pepperoni slices, more meat, more cheese, more ricotta, and just layered it to fill up the container. And so the idea is, from the picture, I'll put it in the microwave and heat it all up, and everything will kind of melt together. So I tried it last night for my dinner with the leftovers, and it was actually really good. So I'm excited about that. And then let's see what else. Oh, and then I made a chicken, broccoli, and bacon casserole. So you take this is on Pinterest, but you take a 1/4 cup of sour cream, 1/4 cup of cream cheese, and mayonnaise. You mix all of those together. Then you take 2 strips of bacon, crumble those in there, cooked chicken, like diced. I used Tyson's, I was already diced. And then you season it, salt, pepper, the regular, however you want to season it. And then you mix it all together with the broccoli in there and the cheese, and then you put it in the casserole dish on 350 for 30 minutes, and I topped it with more bacon and more cheese. I used cheddar and mozzarella on top. And then you just bake it, and then it just divides out, and it tastes really good. It's really rich. Low carb. I think it's only 3 net carbs, because it's chicken, cream cheese, mayo, sour cream, or they don't have a lot of carbs in them, and then the chicken doesn't have a lot of carbs, broccoli doesn't have a lot of carbs, so it's like 3 net carbs per serving, so that ended up working out wonderfully. And then for snacks, I have string cheese and some deli meat, and I also made my absolute favorite keto dessert, keto pudding, which is sugar-free Jell-O out of the box with heavy whipping cream and water, and you whip it together and it turns into pudding, and it is so good. I recommend it for, you can freeze it, make it taste kind of like frozen yogurt or ice cream, or you can just eat it cold. Either way, I really like it. It's my favorite dessert. So I'm a huge proponent of that. But otherwise, I think that's it for my update. You guys have been so patient listening. I hope that I've been helpful. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've gotten. I tried some Zytham gum. I haven't been able to use it yet, so I can't give a review on that one. I've tried Keto Fridge. I think I've talk to you.